So, good day everyone. Before we start po, may I introduce myself first. My name is Mark Anthony Palermo C. And I am your discussant for today po. My topic po, it's all about the Japan's economic policy. So, the first slide po, we're going to discuss the economic background of Japan. So, Japan has higher developed mixed market economy that is fifth largest in the world by nominal GDP as of 2025. So, after a period of extraordinary post-World War II growth centered on manufacturing and export, the economic stagnated for decades, starting in 1990s before recently showing a sign of recovery, driven by a shift towards service and digital and green transformation and strong domestic. Dito naman po is tinatakal po dito yung economic background ng Japan. So, ayon daw po sa GDP, or when we say GDP po, ito po yung gross domestic product. So, ayon po sa GDP, yung Japan po is panglima sa pinakamalaking mixed market economy sa buong mundo as of 2025. So, during the World War II naman po, yung Japan po is nakataon lang po sila sa pagmamanufacturing and also sa pag-export po. And yung 1990s naman po, yung Japan po is nagpakita po ng sign ng recovery po when it comes po sa mga digital and green transformation po, and also yung strong domestic demand. Kung sa baga po, yung Japan po during the World War II is wala po yung Japan po is hindi pa malago, or kung sa baga po wala po silang magandang economic. So, tapos nung 1990s naman po, yung Japan po is nagkaroon po sila ng pagkakataon na palaguin po yung economy nila, at also po magkaroon po sila ng mga green transformation and also yung strong domestic demand. Kung sa baga po, habang tumatagal po, yung Japan is mas lumalago po, at as you can see naman po baga ngayon, yung Japan po is sobrang ganda na po ng kanilang bansa, and also sobrang digital na ng kanilang bansa po. So at this slide po, we're going to discuss the key features of Japan's economic policy. So the first policy po is the monetary policy. So the first bullet, controlled mainly by Bank of Japan. Second bullet, characterized by the ultra low or even a negative interest rate to encourage borrowing and investment. So the third bullet po is use quantitative easing o QE, large scale purchase of governments, bond and assent to stimulate the economy. So tinutukoy po dito sa monetary policy, yung Bank of Japan daw po is kontrolado niya yung mga policy. And also nag-encourage po sila sa mga tao na mangutang po sa kanila para po ipuhunan po nila sa business nila. Ini-encourage nila yung mga tao na mangutang kahit po yung interest is mababa para daw po mas maging maganda yung economic ng Japan. And also po, makikita nyo po dyan sa gilid yung picture po ng opisina po ng Bank of Japan. This slide po, we're going to discuss naman po the third policy, so which is the fiscal policy. So Japan's runs high level of public debt, over 200% of GDP, one of the highest globally. So the second bullet naman po is the government spending is used to stimulate growth, especially in infrastructure, disaster recovery, and social welfare. So the third bullet naman po is the policy also aims to reducing the long-term debt burden while supporting growth. So dito naman po sa fiscal policy, ang Japan po is nagpatakbo po or nagsagawa po ng mataasang antas po ng pampublikong utang na humigit kumulang po ng 200% ng GDP. At ito daw po ay pinakamataas sa buong mundo. At ginawa daw po itong paggasta na po ito or pag-utang para po mas mapaganda yung infrastructure nila and also yung disaster recovery at pati din po yung social welfare. Para po mas mapaunlad, mapasigla at mas mapaganda po. At ang patakaran daw po ito, ang layunin daw po nito ay upang mabawasan daw po yung pangmatagalang utang habang daw po tinutulungan nila na mas mapalago po. So what this slide naman po discuss the line graph, illustrate the relationship between the total government debt and cumulative primary fiscal deficit as shared of gross domestic product, or to make it short, the GDP from 1998 to 2022. So dito po sa slide na to, makikita nyo po yung line graph natin. We have the yung sa gilid po na line, yan po yung shared of gross domestic product, or to make it short po, the GDP. We have the 0%, 50%, 100%, and also 150% and 200% and 250%. At dyan naman po sa baba, it represent ay yan sa baba po, yan yun naman po yung mga year po. At yung blue line po, it represent po ng total government debt. At yung, I don't know if orange po yan or yellow. I think orange po. Yan po ay yung cumulative primary fiscal deposit po. As year go past po, yung cumulative primary fiscal deposit po is tumataas din po yung GDP niya, which is yung 2022 po, nagkaroon po siya ng nasa 100% po. At pati din po yung ano po, yung total government debt naman po, nagkaroon din po siya ng nasa mahigit 200% po na GDP as of 2022. At this slide po, we're going to discuss the third policy, which is the industrial trade policy. So the first bullet po, focus on maintaining global competitiveness in sector like automobile, electronic, robotics, and advanced technology. So the second bullet naman po is the trade policy, encourage free trade agreement o FTAs and partnership in regional framework like CPTPP o Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership and Partnership with the EU. So dito naman po is nakafocus po sila sa pagpapanatili po, or kung sa baga po, mas pinapaunlad pa po nila yung mga katulad po ng mga sasakyan, and also yung mga electronics, and also yung robotics po, at pati din po yung mga advanced technology. Kasi as of now po baga, an example po is yung sa robotics. So yung Japan po ngayon is sobrang gaganda po ng mga robotics nila, kasi po tinutulungan po sila na mas mapadali po yung mga gawain nila, at kung sa baga mas hindi sila mahirapan. And also yung mga sasakyan po ngayon sa Japan is sobrang gaganda po at high-tech. Pati din po yung mga advanced technology po nila. So sobrang gaganda po. At itong patakaran na po ito, hinikayat po sila na makipaglahok po sa CPPT po, para po mas mapaganda po yung mas malalo pong mapaganda yung ekonomiya po ng Japan. Dito naman po sa slide na to, i-discuss po natin yung pang-apat na policy, which is the Abenomics. So the first bullet po, introduced under former Prime Minister Sencho Abe 2012 to 2020. The second bullet naman po, known as the Three Arrow Strategy. So si under Prime Minister Sencho daw po, meron daw po siyang inintroduce na strategy, which is tinatawag daw po niyang 3 arrow. So the first arrow po is the monetary easing. So aggressive monetary policy to fight deflation. Tinutukoy po dito sa unang strategy po, which is the monetary easing. So aggressive monetary easing is a set of policies used by the central bank to combat the deflations by lowering interest rates, increasing the money supply, and encouraging the borrowing and investment. So the second strategy naman po is the fiscal stimulus, government spending to boost demand. So dito naman po sa fiscal stimulus ang ang paggamit ng paggasta ng gobyerno at patakaran sa pagbubuwis upang maimpluwensyahan ang ekonomiya, partikular sa pataas ang pinagsama-samang demands sa panahon ng pagbagsak ng ekonomiya gaya ng recession. Pang tatlong strategy naman po is the structural reforms, deregulation, labor market reforms, promote of female participation and innovation. So tinutukoy naman po dito yung structural reforms po is encompass the broad range of policies, actions, designs to alter the underlying structure of the economic to promote long-term growth efficiently to resilience. They focus on improving the fundamental, structural, and regulatory frameworks rather than just managing short-term demand. Dito naman po sa slide na to, i-discuss po natin yung panglimang policy, which is the innovation and technology policy. So, the first bullet po, heavily investment in digital transformations, AI, green energy, robotics, and biotechnology. So, the second bullet naman po is the Society 5.0 visions integrating digital technologies, which is the society solve challenge like labor shortage and sustainability. So, tinatakal po dito sa slide na to na ang Japan daw po is nag-i-invest daw po sila sa mga digital transformation, and also sa AI and also sa mga green energy and etc. po. Para daw po para po mas solusyonan po yung mga kakulangan po sa mga nagtatrabaho. Like for example po, nag-i-invest po sila sa mga robots para kung kulang po sa mga workers, yung robots po is pwede mag-help po sa paggawa po ng products at mas mapadali po yung yung mga gagawin. So dito po sa slide na to, i-discuss po natin yung pang-anim na policy, which is the social demographic policy. So the first bullet po, addressing an aging population with reforms in pension, healthcare, and labor market. So tinatakal po dito sa slide na to is yung senior citizen po ng Japan. So yung senior citizen ng Japan daw po is binibigyan daw po nila ng healthcare support and also pension. So yung mga senior citizen po ng Japan is binibigyan din daw po nila ng trabaho po sa market. And also yung sa second bullet naman po is the policies encouraging immigrations of skilled workers and greater female labor participation. So dito naman po sa slide na to is tinatakal po dito is yung mga kababahian. Yung mga kababahian daw po sa Japan is ini-encourage daw po nila na makipagtulungan or mag-apply po or magtrabaho po sa mga kaya nilang trabahuan. Kasi binibigyan daw po nila ng trabaho yung mga kababayan. Kung sabaga po yung babae is pang housewife lang or pang sa bahay lang po. Dito po sa Japan is binibigyan po nila ng trabaho yung mga kababayan. And binibigyan po nila at ini-encourage po nila yung mga kababayan na magtrabaho po. Kung sabaga po kung kaya ng lalaki, kaya din po ng babae. So this slide naman po, we're going to discuss the current priorities 2020 to 2025. So the first bullet po is transition to green energy, carbon neutrality by 2050. So dito po sa slide na to, yung goal po ng Japan is to achieve the carbon neutrality and also po is to transition po to green energy. Like for example po green energy po is yung solar. So yung solar po is very helpful po siya kasi po napapagana po siya kahit yung kahit sinag lang po ng araw at very din po siya sa sa ating mundo kasi hindi po siya nagbibigay ng pollution po. So the second bullet naman po, strengthening supply chain resilience, especially semiconductors and rare earths after COVID-19 disruption. So, dito naman po sa slide na to, yung priorities po nila is mag-ipon daw po ng mga supply para po sa darating po na mga sakuna or mga disaster po na mangyayari is meron po silang mga supply na pwedeng gamitin. So dito naman po sa slide na to is the third bullet po is reviving growth after the pandemic through the digitalizations and infrastructure spending. So dito naman po, yung priorities po dito ng Japan is yung reviving post-pandemic economic growth and higher achievable through a strategic investment in digitalization infrastructure, which serve as a powerful front approach stimulus activities, create jobs and build more resilient, efficient economic. So the fourth bullet naman po is encouraging economic society aims to geopolitical tensions, China, US rivalry. Dito naman po sa slide na to, tinutukoy po dito is yung mga tumatalakay sa mga hamon ng pagpapanatili ng katatagan ng ekonomiya sa panahon ng patuloy na geopolitical na kompetensyon ng pagitan ng China at United States. In summary, Japan's economic policy blends monetary stimulus, fiscal spending, structural reforms to maintain growth while addressing challenges like deflations, demographic decline, and global competition. So dito naman po sa slide na to, diniscuss po yung summary po ng Japan. So yung Japan's economic policy po ay halo-halo po siya. Meron po siyang monetary stimulus, fiscal spending, and structural reform. So the goal po is to maintain the economic growth, and yung challenges po is addressed to include deflations, demographic declines, and also the global competition.